What if the way you breathe is the way you shape reality? Most people never think about their breath. It's background noise, something happening without effort, without attention. But what if I told you that this unconscious habit is one of the main reasons your reality loops stay the same? Your breath is not just air exchange. It's not just oxygen and carbon dioxide. It's signal. It's data. It's the most intimate way you interact with the quantum field that surrounds and permeates you. Ancient mystics whispered it. Modern quantum theorists echo it. And somewhere deep inside you, you already know it. Your breath is not passive. It's a creative force. Each inhale carries potential. Each exhale releases programming. And the moment between, the still point, is where worlds are chosen. That moment, often just a second long, is what I call the quantum gap. And it holds more power than most people will touch in a lifetime. Now here's the twist. You're already breathing. You've been doing it your whole life. But have you ever used breath consciously as a vector of creation? Not to calm down, not to regulate your nervous system, but to literally shape timelines, modulate frequency, shift your electromagnetic field, and signal the quantum fabric of reality. You see, breath is the bridge between thought and matter, between intention and manifestation. It's the one practice that both sages on mountaintops and astronauts in zero gravity rely on. Why? Because it stabilizes perception, and perception shapes particles. This is where ancient wisdom and cutting-edge science start to rhyme. From yogic pranayama to the observer effect in quantum mechanics, the message is the same. What you observe becomes. What you breathe into expands. And what you breathe with full presence begins to shape your world. Welcome to Quantum Breath. This is not about doing breathwork. This is about becoming breath, awake, deliberate, and tuned to the subtle field that actually builds your lived experience. In the next few minutes, we're going to dive deeper. We'll explore how each breath creates micro-loops in the quantum field, how your subconscious, your energy field, and your timeline are all tethered to the quality of your respiration. But first, I want you to ask yourself, who is breathing right now? The conditioned self or the conscious creator? Because the moment you bring awareness to the breath, you step into the field. And in that field, everything can change. You've touched the edge of the field. The pulse of transformation deepens in the next moment. Stay with it.
The universe is not a place, it's a field. And your breath is its signal. The quantum field. It's not something you can see, yet it connects everything, from the smallest particle to the farthest galaxy. Imagine a vast, invisible web stretching in all directions, pulsing with energy. It's where every possibility exists, where every potential is waiting for you to unlock it. And it's right here, right now, surrounding you. It is the matrix of existence. But unlike anything you've learned in school, it doesn't obey the old rules of space and time. This field doesn't just react to objects, it responds to consciousness. And that's where your breath comes in. Breath is your direct interface with this vast, unseen field. Every inhale you take is a signal, a code sent into the quantum void, creating ripples that affect your reality. The quantum field doesn't hear your words, but it reads your frequency. And your breath, more than anything else, is what modulates that frequency. Now, let's talk about unconscious breathing. The average person breathes with no awareness, no intention. It's mechanical, like the ticking of a clock. And the result? This automatic, unconscious breath feeds into negative cycles, reinforcing the same emotional patterns, the same limiting beliefs, and the same stagnant energetic loops. Every time you breathe without presence, you're locking in more of the same. But what happens when you breathe consciously? When you choose your breath, when you breathe with awareness, you are activating a new field of possibilities. Your breath becomes a creative force. Every inhale you take is like a new seed planted in the quantum field, full of potential for transformation. There's scientific proof behind this. In studies conducted by HeartMath, researchers have shown that our emotions aren't just personal feelings, they are encoded into our breath. When we feel anxious, stressed, or fearful, our breath becomes shallow, fast, and erratic. This creates an electromagnetic pattern that actually disrupts the energy field around us, feeding more negativity and stress into our environment. But when we consciously shift our emotional state, when we breathe slowly, deeply, and with intention, we change the field. The heart rate variability improves, and our energy becomes more coherent. This, in turn, shifts the energy around us. The field responds, creating harmony in our internal and external worlds. Breath is more than just air. It's your gateway to the quantum. Your breath isn't just part of your body, it's the signal you send to the universe. It's the language of the quantum field, and it's constantly shifting, shaping, and defining your experience. As you begin to breathe more consciously, you unlock a new relationship with reality itself. You are no longer merely existing within the field. You are actively interacting with it, co-creating your world in every moment. So, take a moment and feel your breath. How are you breathing right now? Are you feeding old cycles, or are you creating something new? The breath is yours to command, and in that power lies the key to transformation. Comment breath below. It anchors your intention to breathe consciously and shows the universe you're ready to transform.
The breath has always been the bridge between worlds, between the seen and unseen, between spirit and matter. Long before modern science uncovered the depths of quantum reality, ancient traditions understood something powerful about breath. The Essenes, ancient yogis, and the mystics of Egypt each held the breath in reverence as a sacred tool, the very essence of life. To them, the act of breathing wasn't merely physiological, it was spiritual. It connected the physical body to the cosmos, to the divine, and to the infinite. In the teachings of the Essenes, it was said that breath could open the gates of higher consciousness. To breathe consciously in rhythm with the universe, was to align yourself with the flow of creation. The breath, in their view, was the most potent tool for transcending the limitations of the body and accessing higher realms of awareness. Ancient yogis, too, saw the breath as a key. In their practice of pranayama, they mastered the art of controlling and expanding the breath. Breath wasn't just for survival, it was for expansion. It was the gateway to higher dimensions of being, to inner stillness, and to connection with the infinite universe. To the yogis, the breath was the bridge between the physical and the spiritual, a medium through which one could experience divine presence and unity with all things. The Egyptians, in their wisdom, believed the breath to be the very link between matter and spirit. The word ka, which represents the life force or spiritual energy, was intrinsically connected to the breath. They believed that with every breath they tapped into the flow of the divine energy, nourishing both their physical bodies and their spiritual essence. So what does this ancient wisdom have to do with modern quantum theory? In quantum physics, we learn that reality is not solid and fixed, but fluid and vibrational. The quantum field is an energetic sea of potential, constantly in motion. Just like the ancient mystics knew, our breath is what tunes us to that field. Think of automatic breathing, that shallow, unconscious breath we take when we're in survival mode. It's reactive, not active. It keeps us in a state of fight or flight, a constant cycle of stress, fear, and limitation. This is the default mode that many of us live in, a body responding to external circumstances, disconnected from our true power. But conscious breathing, the deliberate, present breath, is a completely different frequency. It aligns you with your higher self, with your soul's purpose. This breath brings you back to center, reconnecting your physical form with the spiritual, helping you shift from survival mode to a state of awakened presence. The ancient teachings understood that the breath was the key to shifting consciousness. And now, modern quantum theory shows us that when we breathe consciously, we're not just altering our internal state, we're literally influencing the quantum field, shifting the energy around us and opening up new possibilities. In every breath, there is the potential for transformation. When you breathe with intention, you are tuning into higher dimensions of awareness. The breath acts as a portal, a doorway to a deeper, more expanded state of being. So ask yourself, are you breathing to survive, or are you breathing to transform? The choice is yours. But just as the ancients knew, when you consciously align your breath with the flow of the universe, everything shifts. If the energy resonated with you, anchor it by pressing like. This aligns your field with the flow. Let the like be your signal. You've absorbed this shift and are ready for the next frequency. In the space between your breaths, everything can change. There's a moment, just a fraction of a second, where reality shifts. It's so brief, so fleeting, that most people don't even notice it. This moment is what we call the quantum gap. It's a 0.3-second window, a gap in time and space where everything is possible. And in that moment, transformation can occur. The quantum gap is like a cosmic pause, a brief interval where reality is in flux, unformed, and open to change. But here's the catch. For most of us, this space passes by unnoticed. We're too caught up in our thoughts, our emotions, and our habitual ways of being. We breathe automatically, react without awareness, and continue cycling through the same patterns. But what if I told you that this gap, this moment of infinite possibility, could be accessed? What if in that quantum pause you could choose a new reality? It all begins with your breath. Breath is the doorway to the quantum gap. When you consciously breathe, you create a space between your thoughts, a pause between what was and what could be. It's like hitting the reset button on your life. This is where true transformation occurs, not in the noise, but in the silence between breaths. And this is also where observer consciousness comes into play. In quantum physics, the observer effect tells us that the act of observation, simply looking at something, can change the way it behaves. It's like the moment you decide to pay attention, you shift the field of possibility. This is not just a scientific principle, it's a life-altering tool. When you become the observer of your own breath, thoughts, and energy, you shift from being a passive participant in life to an active creator. You step into the role of the conscious observer, the one who watches, listens, and chooses. Every breath is a chance to observe. Every breath is an opportunity to choose. You can become aware of your thoughts, your emotions, your fears, and, just like the quantum field, these can be observed and altered with your awareness. This is the power of the quantum gap. It's a space where you can consciously choose to align with higher frequencies, where you can let go of old programming, and where you can step into a new reality. In essence, when you breathe consciously, you enter a state of awakened observation. You see your thoughts not as facts, but as patterns you can change. You experience your emotions not as fixed states, but as temporary sensations you can shift with your breath. The observer effect shows us that when we choose to observe with intention, we influence the quantum field around us. When you breathe consciously, you are observing your energy, your thoughts, your beliefs. And with each conscious breath, you create the possibility of transformation. This is the true power of the quantum gap. It's the place where your awareness intersects with infinite potential. It's where you, the observer, can collapse all possibilities into one, the possibility of becoming who you truly are. So take a moment, close your eyes, breathe deeply. As you breathe, Become the observer of your thoughts, your body, your energy. Notice the space between your breaths. In that brief moment, everything can change. The quantum gap is always there, and it's waiting for you to step into it. Subscribe now and align yourself with the current flow. These transmissions arrive when your readiness aligns. When you're ready for the next steps, subscribing ensures you're synced with future messages that will continue your journey.
Your body isn't just flesh and bone. It's a living temple of light, frequency, and breath. We often treat the body like a machine, something to fix, push, ignore, or escape from. But what if the body isn't just a vehicle? What if it's a temple, a sacred space where the breath weaves energy into form? A vessel of transformation built not only from matter, but also from frequency, structured and sustained by every conscious breath you take. When you breathe unconsciously, your body operates in survival mode. Systems become dysregulated, energy becomes scattered, and the temple starts to crumble from the inside out. But when you bring presence to the breath, everything changes. The body begins to listen. The nervous system recalibrates. The electromagnetic field around your body, what science calls the biofield, begins to restructure itself. Every conscious breath realigns the energy blueprint that shapes your physiology, your emotions, and even your thoughts. This isn't abstract. Your breath carries charge, a subtle electrical impulse that feeds and informs the energy systems of your body. Your chakras, meridians, and cellular memory all respond to the signal your breath sends. That's why ancient teachings called the breath life force, prana, ruach, spiritus, because it encodes intelligence. And your body is the canvas it imprints on. Here's what's wild. Conscious breathing doesn't just maintain your energy system, it reprograms it. Every inhale can clear outdated energetic patterns. Every exhale can release stagnation and recalibrate your field. You're not just breathing in air, you're breathing in instructional energy. Think of it this way. When you breathe shallowly and unconsciously, you're feeding old programs. But when you breathe deeply, fully, and intentionally, you're installing new code. You're writing a new energetic template into the cellular matrix of your being. Try this conscious breath balancing practice. Here's a simple yet powerful way to begin building your inner temple with breath. 1. Sit comfortably, spine aligned. Place one hand on your heart, the other on your belly. 2. Inhale slowly through the nose for 4 seconds, feeling your belly rise. 3. Pause for 4 seconds. This is your quantum gap. Rest in it. Let it expand. 4. Exhale slowly through the mouth for 6 seconds, gently releasing tension. 5. Repeat for 3 to 5 minutes, eyes closed, fully present with the breath. As you do this, bring awareness to your body. Feel how each breath stabilizes your internal structure.
Visualize your electromagnetic field expanding, clearing, and harmonizing. This is you, consciously shaping your temple, breath by breath. The body is not a prison for the soul. It's the soul's chosen temple, and the breath is its architect. Treat it as sacred, breathe like you mean it, and watch your temple come alive with light. Words collapse potential into reality. Write one thing you're choosing to release and watch how quickly the field responds. Comment, inhale. Each time you do, you're declaring readiness to align your inner and outer reality. The breath moves you, but the stillness transforms you. Every inhale carries life, every exhale clears space. But there is something even more powerful than the breath itself. The pause between breaths. That still, silent moment, the space after you exhale, before the next inhale begins. This is where transformation lives. This is the quantum stillness, the doorway into infinite potential. Stillness isn't emptiness. It's not a void to be feared. It's a field of possibility. When you enter silence through the breath, you slip beneath the noise of the mind and touch the raw fabric of creation. The chatter falls away and you align with the rhythm of the universe. In that pause, you're no longer bound by past patterns or future worries. You are simply present, connected to the quantum field where anything can emerge. This is why stillness is sacred. In the pause, you become coherent, your body, breath, and mind syncing together like instruments in harmony. Your heart rate slows, your nervous system resets, your electromagnetic field becomes stable and clear. In this coherence, the quantum field responds. It mirrors your inner stillness with external clarity, creating a bridge between your inner world and the infinite potential that surrounds you. When you breathe into silence, you are no longer just surviving. You are activating power, not by force, but by alignment. The stillness between breaths gives you access to the energy that fuels creation itself. It's like stepping into the calm eye of a storm, where all directions are open and every possibility is waiting to be chosen. This is why ancient mystics sat in meditation, why yogis practiced pranayama, why sages sought solitude in caves and temples. They weren't running from life, they were tapping into the source of life. They knew that stillness is not passive, it is creative. It is the space where the old dissolves and the new begins. A simple practice for entering stillness. 1. Inhale slowly through the nose. 2. Exhale gently, emptying fully. 3. Pause. Don't rush to inhale again. Rest in the silence. 4. Feel the stillness, not as nothing, but as everything. 5. When the body naturally asks for air, inhale with gratitude. Repeat this for several cycles. Let the pauses grow naturally. Notice how your awareness expands in the silence. Stillness is not the absence of breath. It is the essence of breath. It is the meeting point of body, mind, and spirit. And in that still point, you have access to the infinite. Press like to mark this moment. Your intention will ripple through the field and bring clarity. Your inner shift is being solidified. A simple act like this strengthens your alignment with the energy you're receiving.
You are not at the mercy of life. You are the anchor, the creator, and the master of your reality. In a world where external circumstances often seem to dictate our experience, it's easy to feel like we're merely reacting to life. We're swept up in the waves, tossed around by the storm of daily challenges. But what if you could be the anchor in your own reality? What if you could remain steady, calm, and centered no matter what life throws at you? This is where the true power of conscious breathing comes in. When you breathe intentionally, you stabilize your inner world. You become a fixed point, grounded in the present moment, regardless of what happens around you. You stop being a passive observer of life, subject to its whims and forces, and instead become an active creator of your experience. Breathing consciously allows you to anchor yourself in the quantum field, the field of infinite possibilities, where every choice, every thought, and every action ripples out and shapes your reality. In this space, you're not reacting, you're responding. You're not at the mercy of what happens. You are actively choosing how to experience it moment by moment. Claim your path by subscribing. This step ensures you stay attuned to the deeper messages coming your way. By subscribing, you commit to your growth and stay connected to the ongoing process of change and alignment. The 4-stage observer breath method. To guide you into this empowered state of being, let's explore the 4-stage observer breath method. This simple yet powerful practice will help you shift from a mindset of victimhood to that of a conscious creator. Here's how it works. Stage 1. Observation. Take a deep, conscious inhale through the nose. As you do, observe any tension, stress, or negative thoughts that are present in your body and mind. You are the observer, witnessing your experience without judgment. Stage 2. Release. Exhale slowly through the mouth, releasing any negativity, tension, or old energy that no longer serves you. As you breathe out, consciously let go of the patterns that bind you. Feel them dissolve with the exhale. Stage 3. Expansion. Now inhale deeply again. As you breathe in, imagine you're pulling in energy from the infinite field of possibilities. Feel this breath expand your field, your awareness, and your power. You are connecting with your true essence. Stage 4. Creation. Exhale slowly, but this time affirm what you are creating. With the breath out, mentally or verbally state your intention. I am grounded. I am the creator of my reality.
I am centered amidst the chaos. You are using your breath to anchor your new creation into the quantum field. Breath as your anchor in life's storms. Life will continue to present challenges, turbulence, and chaos. That is part of the human experience. But when you become the anchor, you are no longer tossed by the storm. The storm may rage around you, but you remain steady, focused, and clear. The key to staying centered, to maintaining your personal power amidst it all, is your breath. When you feel overwhelmed, anxious, or out of control, remember to breathe. Anchor yourself back into the present moment. Let your breath guide you back to your center, back to your creative power. With each conscious breath, you reclaim your role as the creator of your reality.